currently I've lost 57.4 kilos. I started my weight loss journey at 135.6 kilos and I'm now 78.2.
This was Lachlan before. And this is Lachlan now. Most people who try to lose weight never make it this far, or they lose it and then end up gaining it all back. So how does someone go from being very overweight to becoming lean, strong, confident, and actually keeping the weight off? In this video, I interview my client Lachlan to discuss exactly how he lost 57 kilos. We discussed what was life like before the diet and what were his old eating habits. The turning point in his life that actually triggered that thought in his head of like, hey, I actually want to commit to losing weight. The mindset shifts he had throughout the diet to help him stay consistent. The practical side of how he actually constructed his diet so he can lose 57 kilos. What life looks like now after losing all this weight. And then we finish with some advice that Lachlan gives to individuals who might be struggling to lose fat and keep it off. So if you've been struggling to start your weight loss journey, or you keep falling off every time you try, this interview is going to show what actually works from someone who's been exactly where you are now.
So, Mr. Lachlan, we're going to go over. So first off, how much weight have you lost? What were you? How much did you weigh? How much are you now? And over what time frame was that?
So currently I've lost 57.4 kilos.
Yeah.
I started my weight loss journey at 135.6 kilos and I'm now 78.2.
Amazing. You literally lost a large child.
Yes.
You literally have lost me. You gave birth to me, essentially. Cool. So how we're going to do this is I think we'll start with like prior to the diet, like what life was like before that. And then we'll go through like the mindset or how you got through the diet, some sort of like the practical things that you did like to get the weight off. And we'll go through all that stuff. So let's go back to the beginning when you were at your like peak weight. So what was life like before you started dieting?
It was unorganized. There was no real routine. Like I was still hitting the gym, but there was no structure in what I was doing. Felt kind of lost. Didn't really know what to do, where to start. And you just felt like shit constantly.
Yeah.
And you didn't know where to pinpoint it. You didn't want to say it was because I'm heavy and I'm fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a denial thing. Yeah. Okay. So you kind of like knew that you had to start, but I guess it was like maybe did it seem because it was like you were so far away from like the goal sort of thing, you just kind of bury it.
Yeah.
In a sense.
It looked like no way I'd be able to achieve it.
Okay.
It looked impossible to me.
I understand. So it's like just what's the point of starting?
Pretty much.
Sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what did a day of eating look like then?
Majority of the days look like, so I'd have fried eggs in the morning with bacon on toast, normal sauces and all that kind of stuff, barbecue. And then I'd go to the gym and then I would come back. I got addicted to going to the bakery, the local bakery.
Yeah.
And it sounds so just bad when I talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'd go and I'd get like a banh mi, a pork roll.
Yeah.
I get a pork roll. I get a long john.
What's a long john?
Like the little buns with the cream and the jam on it.
Okay, yeah.
Ice and sugar on top.
Yeah.
I get one of those, and then I'd get like a chicken lettuce sandwich as well.
So this was all after the gym session, like all in one go?
Yeah, so I'd eat that when I get back, and like maybe an energy drink or a Pepsi Max or something, another drink.
Yeah.
And then that would just be lunch.
Yeah, okay.
And then there would be snacks after that, it could be chips or something like that.
So when you're at home, you're kind of like snack on
stuff. I finish that, you let it digest, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you'd just be watching telly and then you're like, oh, I need to eat something while I watch telly.
Yeah.
So I'd have shapes or honey soy chicken chips or something like that.
So basically, the majority of your food was kind of like takeaway stuff, pre-made stuff.
Yeah.
There wasn't like much prep that you were actually doing. So you were just basically like, I eat what I feel like.
Pretty much.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So with that phase when you were just kind of like eating what you want, like, how can I say, what was the relationship with food? Were you eating for like particular reasons? Well, was it out of boredom, stress, or what?
I think it was a mixture of boredom and stress. So I think what work life was like, it just, that was like a comfort thing for me. Was eating.
Okay.
So yeah, you get a bit stressed out, and then overthink things, and you just, what's gonna make me feel happy is eating. So that's what I do.
So it's like, like emotional eating.
Yeah.
Stress, I want to feel good right now.
Yeah.
And I'll resort to food to do that. Which is most people, to be honest. I think a lot of people get into that trap of literally of that stressful jobs.
Yeah.
I'm tired, I'm busy. A lot of people have family, kids, and the short-term escape is I eat a bunch of food.
Yeah.
Which causes a problem because it's kind of like you get, say, like trigger, which might be, I don't know, kids screaming or had busy day at work. That was the trigger. And then you get like the emotional part. I feel like, shit, this doesn't feel good. So let's patch that up now.
Yeah.
With food.
Yeah.
And then you just get stuck in the cycle. And I can imagine you feel good at the time.
Yeah.
But then after that, you end up feeling worse.
Yeah.
And then you do it again. And then that kind of cycle just gets like embedded in your life. And then the only way to get out of it, then you have to kind of break out of it somehow. And okay, so that kind of like cycle, because that's what it sounds like you were in. So how long was your life like that, if you could put a number on it?
Put a definite number. I would probably say like 2-3 years.
Okay.
Like definitely that's what the routine and how my mindset was about 2.5 years, 3 years.
Yeah, crazy. Because like you're relatively young, because people don't know. So how old are you?
25.
25. And like many other people, they've been doing it for like years.
Yeah.
And obviously, from that, because a lot of people watching this, you don't stress that like, it's never too late to start as well. Like regardless, you can start at any time, because some people might be watching this and they'll be like, he was able to lose all this weight because he's younger, his metabolism's fast and all that. That's actually a crock of shit, because metabolism doesn't really change from like, once you're an adult, like you're 18 to 20 all the way to like 50. It doesn't fucking change a whole lot.
No.
It doesn't really change much. So people watching this, if you make an excuse, he's young and I can't do it, that's actually just an excuse of avoidance of why you shouldn't be starting the thing.
Yeah.
That time where you did like the 2 or 3 years of like doing that, do you remember like how much weight you actually put on during that time?
Because I had an issue with like weighing myself. So it's, I think, I think the time prior to that, I think I was about 110. It was I was around there. So in that 2 years, 3 years, I definitely put on about 20-25 kilos.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it kind of creeps up over time.
Yeah.
And you probably didn't notice it for a while.
No.
Yeah. From that, you obviously, the weight crept on slowly, you probably didn't notice it, and then there did come a point where it's like, shit, I need to do something about this. So do you remember the actual, like, the turning point? What was that?
Yeah, so when I was living in Miranda with Andrea, no issue having a shower together, no issue at all. And I remember she was training and she was starting to lose a bit of weight, and she weighed herself before the shower. I've lost a bit of weight, And that could have been her saying, hey, like, she wanted to see, like, I think that was her way of saying,
indirectly.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is fair. And I just, brushed it off. And then that next morning she went to work. I didn't sleep. That's what I was thinking about. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get up and weigh myself.
Yeah, okay.
When I saw that number, I was like, what the fuck?
And that was the 135.
That was the 135.6.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I really need to start doing something.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, started hitting the gym more, and then I started doing kickboxing and boxing again, and then
Okay.
and that's when it kind of started.
So it sounds like, I mean, you obviously, that was a triggering point. Saw the weight 135.6. So you initially started through doing more exercise.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
So did you change your diet at all? Was just more through physical activity?
I cut out more because a lot of the time dinner ended with always having dessert, having ice cream or something like that. So I kind of slowly cut out the snacking part of things.
Okay.
And then made some, instead of, getting a lot of calories via liquid, cut out a lot of that. So that's how that kind of started. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just naturally, you just saw like, you just kind of like intuitively knew that like, okay, these foods are high in energy.
Yeah.
I don't need the snacks.
Yeah.
I don't need these like sugary drinks or whatever. And they were just like, I call them like the lowest hanging fruits.
Yeah.
Get rid of those. And you probably found, did you weigh yourself kind of regularly after that?
Yeah. So I would actually weigh myself when I'd weigh myself in the morning, and then, I'd do my day, and then I'd go to a class of boxing or whatever, and I'd weigh myself there as well.
Yeah, okay.
Just so I have an idea of if I am losing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you were tracking your weight over that time, which is good, because one important thing when you're trying to do the weight loss is like have a rough tracking guide.
Yeah.
It's like you're putting money, you're spending money from your bank account, but if you're not checking your bank account, how much am I spending?
You don't know.
Yeah, so one of the things is tracking the body weight, but then also tracking the food intake, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But good, I think also that you were tracking your weight, you just became like aware of like, I'm doing this thing, so I'm just going to start tracking to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
And the point that I was getting at, so when you said that you cut it out like the snacks and the sugary drinks and all that, from that alone, did you see that your weight kind of started dropping?
Yeah. I saw maybe, I think it was, there was a good month prior to being coached by you that, there was a couple kilos that already fell off, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And once you saw those like the small changes of like the diet and like I guess an increased physical activity, that kind of like give you a bit of momentum to do it more sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. So talk about a little bit that, if you could kind of think of how your brain started to change.
So because I saw, the increase in my exercise, and then, cutting out the silly amount of calories I was having, and the weight was dropping, my mindset started to change a bit.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, I can do this. This is possible.
Yeah, cool.
And it actually got quite exciting, because I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm young. This is good.
Yeah.
This is awesome,
Yeah. So you saw like, it's basically, you saw it works.
Yeah. I was like,
it works. Yeah. And with that, and that's actually what I get, like, so if I get people like similar in your position and I'm coaching them, and they're just like, their diet's like a mess. There's no structure, there's eating out a lot. And like, I just like, so I'll get people who are like quite heavy, and I say like, oh, what's your food? What's a day of eating look like? And like, oh, they don't do it on purpose, like they're lying. I think just a lot of people don't realize how much they consume, or they forget a lot about like, especially the snacks in between.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I eat like breakfast. They'll usually say, I don't eat much. And I'm like, I know you eat much.
Yeah.
Like, I can see you're like 30 kilos overweight. Like, there's food. The calories didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, they came. And again, it's not that they're lying or anything like that. I think just people don't realize how much calories are in stuff. So what I usually start with is like, well, just track the food so people can become aware of how much they're eating. And you probably even when you made those changes in your food, did you actually track it, or it was just in your brain?
There's a rough amount of tracking.
Yeah.
Like I kind of already, because I already kind of knew how much was in something.
Yeah, okay.
I already kind of knew, so maybe I was off maybe a few hundred calories, but I knew that it was enough to lose.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because the point that I was getting at is that in like someone in your position with as many of like, I'm eating all this food and not even aware of how much I'm consuming. And then you become aware just by like tracking it.
Yeah.
Of like even just a simple thing of having a book and writing it down.
Yeah.
But like there's apps these days, you just put it in and it'll quantify it for you.
Yeah.
But going from extreme, like, you know, if you started, let's say day one, you just came to me, you might have been okay, but other people might not be. It's like, okay, I'll go straight into like counting calories, do all this, you hit the specific calories. Sometimes it's a bit overwhelming and too much for people. And it's like, this is too hard. I'm going to quit. But an easy way to start, and you did this already, just intuitively, which is the right thing to do, is, okay, what's the lowest hanging fruits? What's the easy changes I can make? That's probably, it's not going to be very stressful. It's not going to change my day a whole lot, and I'm probably not going to feel it. Is like, okay, I can clean up some of the snacks and maybe reduce some of the sugary drinks.
Yeah.
And you would not even felt that. Yeah.
No.
It would have been like nothing. It's like you're just going on your day. You just made such a small change, but then that resulted in a quite a significant change if you think about it. Probably the most significant one of one, where you saw the weight loss start to go. But probably the biggest one is two, how you said, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
This works.
Yeah.
Just from such a small, mild change. And I think that's really important to like people watching this, is that when you're starting the diet, it doesn't have to be extreme. Like it could just be a small change, like what Lachlan did, just be acknowledge, like, okay, these are some foods that I'm eating and I probably don't need them, or I can replace them with like lower calorie options. It's just a simple thing of like, if you're drinking full sugar Coke or soft drinks, cool, just change it to diet soda. If you're having, I don't know, a chocolate bar every time when you get home after work, change the chocolate bar to like an apple. Just little things like that. And that's like, that can be like 500 calories.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna make you fuller as well.
Well,
having something like fruit, it's gonna have more fiber in it. It's better for you. It's actually gonna probably make you feel a lot better.
Exactly
anyway,
right.
You know, like that having a flake or having a 12 after work, you're gonna have that initial like, oh, this tastes really good. I get it. They do taste really good, but it's not. It's not worth it.
It's not satisfying.
Because at the end goal, it's not worth it.
Yeah. As in terms of all the like eating that much calories, because then it can add a bunch of weight. Okay. Okay, so you did about like a month on your own when you started dieting yourself, and then at some point you reached out to me because you wanted coaching. So what was that turning point where you was like, okay, I'm going to actually pay someone because I want to take it seriously, I guess you could say. So what happened there?
I just saw I need someone that has experience for starters, and I kind of need someone to structure it out for me.
Yeah, okay.
You could do it by yourself, but having that other person that has the experience and to structure it out for you and to keep you accountable is what I needed. So.
Yeah. It's just more efficient to do stuff.
Yeah.
And this isn't a way to sell coaching, because I don't want to make this video about selling coaching. Like, this is just basically to help people lose body fat. But like, I'm in the same position. So if there's like for example, marketing, I could do it myself, but it's going to take me 2 years to learn. Or literally, I just pay someone, and what takes me 2 years, I'm just going to do it like in 3 months.
Yeah.
So I agree. Like, just hire a professional just to get you started, to show you like a framework. Yeah. And then you can go off and do it yourself. Because you could now, if you didn't have me, you'll know what to do.
Yeah.
You could probably about 6 months in.
Yeah.
You probably could have known what to do anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay, so when you started, like, was that kind of like an exciting time to, like, once you committed? How do you feel when you're like, okay, I'm actually doing this now?
I felt like the goal in my head of losing weight and feeling better was in reach, and I was like, yeah, this is happening. We're doing it 100%.
Yeah, cool.
And it was exciting.
Yeah, cool. Actually, that's an important thing that you touched on, and I didn't go over it. So you said like you had this goal in your head.
Yeah.
So what was that when you started?
The goal was to lose weight, body fat.
Yeah.
And feel better, more confident about myself.
Yeah.
And feel happier.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the things I was going to lead towards. Like, yeah, like we want to lose body fat, we want to lose weight, but that's like I guess that's a vehicle to get to what we really want. That's like the top layer, like I guess the tangible goal we can call it, the quantifiable one. But the deeper thing is the confidence and the other things that you said. Confidence, feel better,
and happier.
Yeah, okay. And I think that's the important thing, because like when you're trying to do like goal stuff, it's all like the losing the like 50 kilos isn't the motivating part.
No.
It's the benefits that come with that.
Yeah.
And I guess, okay, so when you were going through the diet, because there's days that like suck. There's days where you're going to be tempted for food and all that. So how did you get through? Did you use like that kind of like end goal, or how you would feel sort of thing, as a way to kind of like push you through those difficult times?
Yeah, 100%. I just thought, I'm in this mindset of, okay, I'm going 100%. And, you know, you're going to have days where you're like, okay, you know, I want a chocolate or I want this or whatever. But is that going to put it, how big of the speed bump is that going to put for me?
Okay.
You know,
that's
how I thought around things. You know, by all means, it wasn't perfect the whole time through. No way. It's like, I wouldn't say it's possible, but you're going to have days where you go, okay, well, maybe I did have that chocolate. Okay, don't let it carry on to the next day and the next day, and don't make it a routine thing.
Yeah, okay. And that's a good mindset, because a lot of people, when they do this, it's especially fitness, it's very on off, black and white. You're either on the diet or off the diet. We'll go into details of your diet later and the foods that you had, but yeah, that was a good mindset. It's like, okay, if I stuff up, it's fine, because as you said, it's just a small speed bump. It didn't ruin the entire diet. Cool, it might have shifted the goalpost for like a day, maybe not even, like really like 8 hours. If you think about it. If you have a chocolate bar, like really, what's that gonna do? And so if you have like 10 chocolate bars, is the problem. But yeah, you did the right thing of like, okay, I had that thing, but I'm just gonna go back to it. And well, I mean, you still lost the weight. You still got to live your life. And it wasn't overly restrictive.
No.
And you're there.
Yeah.
So
right.
Excellent. So moving from that, we'll go into the actual practical side of like what you did with the diet, like the foods that you were eating, the calories and all that. So I'll quickly just go off the start here. So Lachlan, obviously he said that at the start, he just changed the foods automatically, removed some of the snacks, basically doing food swaps. And then working with me, how we started was like, I got him to download a food tracking app like MyFitnessPal. I think that's the one you use, right?
At the start, yeah.
Yeah. MyFitness. What do you use now?
MacroFactor.
Okay, it uses MacroFactor. Basically a food tracking app. And I said to him, I'm like, okay, for the next like week or two we did it for, I was like, I just want to weigh yourself daily. So the first thing in the morning before eating or drinking, and after going to the toilet. So the weights, there's minimum like variables that are affecting the weight. You don't want to do it at the end of the day, because you're going to spike like 2 kilos or whatnot. So do it first thing in the morning. And then off that, I was just like, eat as you are, don't change a thing, and just track it. Because some people is going to be like, because we're going to get to the calorie section in a sec, everyone's got an amount of calories that they need to maintain their body weight. So you can use like equations online. You can put height, weight, and activity and all that. They're going to be a little bit off. The most accurate way is like, so long as someone is tracking accurately and not missing things. But it's just like, just track your food, because from that, in the tracking sheet, I'll probably put it up on the screen now, you're going to have like the daily calories that you're having. You can get a calorie average. And from that average, I know that this is the amount of weight or food that he's having to like either maintain the weight or maybe be in a slight deficit. So basically that process of getting Lachlan to track for a week or two was just to get an idea of like, how much food are you consuming? Then from there, we can kind of prescribe you calories essentially. So I can't remember what the calories, they were like 2,500 or something we started
I think
with.
It was 2,650.
2,650?
Yeah.
That were the ones what you were eating, what I gave you.
I think that's what I was eating.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lachlan, he tracked his food for a week or two. Some days he's going to eat more, some days he's going to eat less. It's just a bit like wave like that. But as an average, the average was about 2650. And I'm pretty sure from memory that on the 2650, I think you were actually, when you were weighing yourself, your weight was actually going down slowly on the 2650.
Yeah.
But I think I rounded to like 2500 or something like that. Let's just like set a target number. And then from that, I knew if we went down by 150 calories, it was just going to speed up the process a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So I guess the quick way, that's basically how we got the calories started. Get you tracking, give you a calorie target or even a range. Even though I said 2500, it would have been more like between 24 to like 2600 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then from that, for Lachlan, it was like, there was no like cutting foods out. I didn't tell you like you have to eat these foods, avoid these foods, eat it at this time. It was actually just eat X amount of protein. It would have been about double your body weight. Or actually, it was probably a little bit less than it would have been a little bit less. Let's just say, for example, actually, how much protein you're eating now? Because it wouldn't have
185.
Yeah, I was gonna say 185. So we said, back then, because protein number hasn't changed.
No.
We said have about 180 protein, 2,500 calories, and then you essentially just ate whatever you want in the day, so long as you hit those numbers at the end of the day. So now going from that, so what did a day look like, both in eating wise, like maybe food selections or whatnot, and even like how you track that to achieve that 180 protein and 2,500 calories?
Well, I'd always use like Whole Foods. It was always Whole Foods, but
what's an example of some Whole Foods?
Chicken, turkey, red mince. You're always gonna have some form of carb, like potato, rice, all those kind of things,
Yeah.
So I was still eating like good meals. I didn't cut out like like a stir fry sauce. I still had that.
Yeah. Okay.
So it didn't essentially change from how I was eating. It was just like less of the junk food and shit food. So I was still eating eggs in the morning, English muffins. So lunch was a bit more. Maybe I'd have chicken breast wraps. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, mayo. Still having those still good foods. Like everyone is going to eat a chicken wrap.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? And then dinner would be a stir fry. But it would be all counted out. I'd be tracking that. So I'd make my own. So if I was cooking dinner with Andrea, I'd cook my own. So I knew how much I was getting. I knew the sources. I knew
weighed your own thing, so you knew what the calories was.
Exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't. So maybe there's a bit of fruit in there, strawberries or kiwi fruit. Yeah.
So basically, I understand what you were saying now. So the whole foods, you were just basically, if we had to label foods in between healthy and junk foods, by the way, there's no healthy junk foods. It's just higher calorie, lower calorie foods. It was just, you were eating whole foods as in we'll just call them real foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicken, meats, bread. You didn't cut out carbs. You still had that. Breads, pastas, rice, the stir fries that you said. Yeah. But with that, you were basically, they were all like, basically most of them were all prepped.
Yeah.
Because you were weighing them. And that was the other thing. You were weighing how much of those foods you were having. Because then you were tracking it in the app. You could quantify how much calories you were having per meal. And then over the day, you would see, like, get that calorie to the target that you were having. So let's say breakfast, right? Well, a normal breakfast egg. Yeah, you love the eggs in the morning.
Love eggs.
You still do love the eggs. You love the eggs in the morning. Eggs on toast, is that what you usually do?
English muffins.
English muffins, okay.
Yeah.
So you would, back when you start, now because you've done it 100 times, you just know the calories of it. But before then, and even the other meals, so did you, let's say, okay, breakfast came, it's like, I feel like, this is what I feel like eating, eggs on muffins. So would you get the ingredients first, track them first, and then eat them? So you know the calories prior to eating.
Always.
Yeah. Because a lot of people make the mistake, and it's funny because it's actually such an easy, simple thing, and it's probably simple for you and I because we've done it so many times. Yeah. But when I get a new client, it's amazing how many people don't actually think of it. Yeah. And I have to tell them now, it's like track first and then eat.
Yeah.
People make the mistake of eating first and then tracking, and they're like, shit, that was fucking 800 calories.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize. But it's a really important tool.
Yeah.
Track first, then eat. Basically, how your day changed quite a lot was just you were eating more real foods.
Yeah.
Prepped, weighed, tracked, and a lot less eating out.
Yeah.
The fucking cream roll thing that you said.
That was good.
Sounds good. I wouldn't want a cream roll right now. So yeah, just more eating out, more prep foods, more real foods. But the thing is, you still had right now, like your calories are a little bit more limited, so you had to be a bit more strict. But back then, because you were on that 2,500 calories, you still had room to have like some junk foods, right?
Yeah, you could.
So what would you still have? Little extras.
Maybe I'd have like U&M. So if I felt like it, maybe I'd have like honey on toast or something like that.
Okay.
That's something I'd have. Or even what's actually surprisingly low calorie is like chocolate powder pops.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They're like 90 calories. Like there's nothing in them. Like so if I wanted a bit of a sweet tooth, like I'd have that.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, if there were days where I was like, oh yeah, maybe I feel like it, maybe I will have a slice of banana bread.
Okay.
Or something like that. I would do it.
Yeah. And how did you factor that into your diet?
It was probably maybe less. So maybe I could only have like maybe one English muffin or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe I couldn't have that banana.
Okay.
Maybe, like I feel like it today, I'll have it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was all good.
Yeah. Perfect. So essentially, like your calories like your bank account, and you've got a bank account for the day. You can almost say for the week, but we'll just say one day.
Yeah.
But like, okay, the banana slice that's a higher cost.
Yeah.
So you had to spend less in the other meals to make up for that larger purchase.
Yeah.
And so it kind of like, but if you did that, and you probably felt like you just did that every so often to kind of like, it's like a bit of a release.
Yeah.
It's like, I needed that.
Yeah.
But you probably found that once you had that thing you were craving, then you're pretty good for like the next few days or week or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you get overly rigid with the problem with the diets where they are super rigid, and it's like you can't have these foods, and you just have to have your chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
You can do it for so long, but then usually what happens is people break.
Yeah.
And then they'll binge eat, and then they can't stop.
Yeah.
Because I think they just felt so restrictive for such a long period of time. And it just kind of like, it built up.
Yeah.
It's like a pressure valve.
Yeah.
It just kept going up, and then they explode and they can't stop. But with you, because you were having little bits and pieces, when like the pressure was almost rising as the week went on.
And you can feel it.
Yeah, you could feel it.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like a crackhead. Like, fuck.
Give me something.
I need that hit. So basically, you have a little bit of that crack.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of crack, but then that kind of like released the pressure.
Yeah.
Which kind of, so we didn't build up over time.
Yeah.
Which is a very important like technique for people to lose. Otherwise, if it's super restrictive, you drive yourself crazy.
Yeah. I think whenever you guys start a diet, I think once you get into that structure and routine and you understand how to track and you do all that, and you feel like you need maybe something a bit sweet, and you understand what the calories are like, do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't let it roll on. Don't make it like, oh, I need it every day now. No, you don't. Like just if you need it, go have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you basically have it in a structured way. That's really it.
I just did it like whatever. Whenever like, hey, am I really like, okay, I need it?
Yeah, I can understand.
Really, you check yourself a bit. Like, okay, do I actually need it, or am I just like?
I understand. Yeah. There is a difference. Like, I actually need this to like keep me sane.
Yeah.
Or there's like, I'm just feeling stressed.
Yeah.
And I just want to eat it.
Yeah.
And I think from that, well, actually, that's actually another good technique that what you did there is like you just like moved away from your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you were kind of like a bystander.
Yeah.
Observing your thoughts rather than be within those and let those cravings and emotions steer you. Step back.
Yeah.
Do I actually need this? If yes, then go have the thing.
Yeah.
If not, then I can imagine it's like you just kind of, if you leave it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you almost forget about it, right?
Yeah. There's sometimes where I'll be like, okay, one ice cream or maybe a Long John. And I have some. I go have like my electrolytes and creatine, or maybe I have some water, or maybe I have a bit of chewy or something like that.
And you're good.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm all good now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't need it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Going off the bit of like saying that having craving foods and like eating out and stuff, when there was kind of like social events on, how did you handle those?
Kind of depends what the event was, but usually I'd limit on my calories for the day.
Okay.
And like I'd be like, okay, this is the day I'm gonna have some high calorie food.
Yeah.
I know most of the time when you get to that point and you know what calories, how much is in something, you can kind of rough eye it when you go out. But I would choose, like if I went out and I was at an RSL or something like that,
Okay.
I'll get the grilled chicken sandwich.
Okay. All right.
Like I would choose something I know is going to be low calories, probably actually better on macros than anything else there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know it's gonna help me.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not gonna sit there and I'm gonna get chips and garlic bread and fried chicken while I'm here. Nah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you did a few things there, and one because obviously because you've been tracking for a while, you kind of automatically kind of know what the calories are in the foods just by reading it. A lot of people watching this won't know it, but what you can do if you didn't know, even now, if there was something that you're going to like, there's something that you know was going to eat, you could track it beforehand. You could just chat GPT it.
Yeah.
Really? What's the calories in chicken schnitzel with chips?
Yeah.
Plan it ahead and be like, okay, that's 800 calories. So then during the day, you just basically stuck with basically protein and low carb, really, to put some extra calories in the bank.
Yeah.
And then when you got there, but you were kind of prepared for the extra calories. So that was one thing you basically prepared in advance. Two, another smart thing that you did is you picked the best option on the menu.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be 10, 15 different options. Some are going to be shit. It's like, okay, what's the best thing? Which usually is going to be some sort of like lean cut of like meat, fish, chicken breasts are usually like kind of like go-tos, I would say.
Yeah.
And then if you're having a serving, just like stick to like one side. It's like, I love fucking hot chips. I want, chicken and hot chips. Give me that.
Yeah.
With some chicken salt on that.
Oh.
Like, that's what I want. But I'm going to stop there. You know what? And if I wanted to fill up more, just give me a plain salad.
Yeah.
With no dressing, because the dressing, that's the thing that can kind of like fuck you up.
Yeah.
If I needed to fill up, that wouldn't really much calories, but they just one side.
Yeah.
With no dessert.
Yeah.
No dessert. Don't do that.
No.
Yeah. And if you are going to do the dessert, it has to be like, depends. You could have a dessert, but then the side has to be smaller.
Yeah.
It's like a trade-off. There's like it's almost like a spendings account within that meal there. Yeah. What am I going to allocate my calories to, sort of thing?
Yeah. It's, you just say food and everything the exact same. Like, okay, I didn't prep this food, but I can count how many calories. I'm just in a different setting right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like how much is in this? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah,
no worries.
So essentially, with that, what's happening is like if you think of people who don't diet and like what you were prior to dieting, everything just has a framework.
Yeah.
Every time you eat your day, but even that in the restaurant, there's just a little framework and structure for you to follow. And that's essentially what kept you in track. And so, as long as you're falling within that frame, for the most part, you're going to be pretty good. Yeah. And even if you go over it and you start deviating out of what your calories were, that framework, you can kind of see it pretty quickly. It's like, I went a little bit over, but it's not too much of a big deal.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been times where I've gone out and I thought, it was this much.
Yeah. And
then you wake up the next day, maybe you're a little bit heavier. Oh, okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, okay.
New day.
Yeah, okay.
We're back on it. You know?
So, so with that, so when you did the new day, did you just go back to your regular calorie sort of thing?
Yeah.
That was it. You don't make a big deal about it.
Nah.
Don't stress about it.
Just go.
is what it is, and
whatever.
move forward. Yeah, that's the best way. Because some people try to, I mean, you could eat a little bit less the other day if you really wanted to. Some people, it stresses them out.
Yeah.
Because they think they need to make up for their, like, sins, and then they feel bad, then they stress more about it, and then it just becomes a whole cycle. Whereas sometimes it's just best to just, like, forget about it. Like, okay, I did that thing. What went wrong?
Yeah.
How did I go over? How can I better it next time? Because really, in hindsight, like, even if you go over your calories by, like, 500, like, over a year of dieting, the total deficit that you've done in that year is, like, 60,000 calories. If you went over by 500, like, and
Yeah.
And we'll just briefly touch on it. We won't go like in super detail just because people might be interested. So what does your training look like?
So I train 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Full body.
Okay.
Full body workouts.
Using weights?
Yeah. Resistance training. Dumbbell, the cables, everything. I do free weight movements like squat, bench, deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
I squat and bench twice a week, and deadlift and overhead press once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously your
there's
accessories, bicep, triceps, lats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically 4 days weight training. How do you think your physique would be if you just did cardio only and no weights with the weight loss rather than doing the weights with the weight loss?
I think 1, I wouldn't have held on to as much muscle.
Yeah.
And 2, I think I don't think I would have lost as much as I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because resistance training in itself is losing weight because you're gaining lean muscle mass as well as losing fat. So, I think I still would have lost weight 100% because it's just impossible to not.
Yeah.
Being a deficit and doing cardio, you're going to lose weight.
So you would say basically your body composition has improved, like you've actually gained some muscle whilst you've lost fat, essentially. So you look a little bit fuller, harder, more juicy.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We got like a juicy pump, big quad pump. Yeah, mad. And then the other question, the last one on training. So during that time, through your weight loss, did you do much cardio?
Yeah. Kind of at the start, it was I think we were doing the air bike quite a bit.
How much on the air bike?
I think we were doing it twice a week, I think.
Okay.
Once or twice a week. And it
for
was
how
just
long?
For how long? I think there was a good 3 or 4 months we were doing air bike, and then from then it was just hitting steps, and then now towards the end I'm doing steps and extra cardio, like maybe on the bike or on the treadmill a little bit extra.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But for the large part of it, majority of it came through just cutting your calories, sticking to your diet.
Yeah.
The weight training obviously help with the physique, make you look fuller.
Yeah.
And then you just added a little bit of cardio as just to assist. It wasn't like the main thing. It was kind of like the icing on the cake to help with a little bit of calorie burn. So the cardio wasn't necessary. It was just an extra tool to use. Yeah.
You could get 100%. You could get away with diet and resistance training on itself.
Yeah.
Like 100%. And you'll lose weight and you'll look great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that cardio is just that little bit extra moving around.
Yeah. And as you said, towards the end, because you've only got about 2 or 3 more kilos left to like your target weight. Now, because you don't want to like drop the calories any further. So now we can kind of like, you can ramp up the cardio a little bit just to create that bigger deficit without changing your food, just to get the last little bit off.
Yeah.
And then once your diet finishes, you can probably like half the cardio. I mean, the steps are still good to have anyway. But yeah, you don't have to go so extreme with it. All right, so we'll go through a little bit of the mental strategies that you've used to make you stick to the diet and actually be consistent with it. Because like obviously you've had a very successful diet. You're almost at the end, lost 57. How much was the weight that we said?
57.4.
57.4 kilos. So it's obviously extremely successful, and you're going to keep it off.
Yeah.
because a lot, all of it's got to do with like what you've done in here.
Yeah.
So, what's some of the mental strategies that you think you've used to help you stay consistent?
Honestly, it was all about just I can do this, kind of like reassuring myself, like I can do this.
Okay, I
It's
understand.
happening.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get there. Like it was that type of thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
That got me there.
I understand. Yeah.
A bit of motivation, because when you look at you take a video of yourself, or you look at yourself, you're like, okay, what am I going to look like? What am I going to look like? There was a lot of visualization that was happening.
Okay. All right. So there's two parts. I'll go on the second part that you just said. Was planning ahead, thinking ahead. This is what I'm going to look at. If I keep doing this thing, I'm going to look like this. So it sounds like you were doing some tracking over the time. Obviously, your body weight using photos, videos, and you were probably seeing the progression. But then the important thing that what you just said, the belief that I can do this, that was self-efficacy.
Yeah.
Being confident that I can successfully do a task. And actually, this wraps back right to the beginning of this video that you said, like, before you started, it's like, I didn't start because I believed I couldn't do the thing.
Yeah.
So therefore I never did it. And then you started doing the thing, you got some success with that, and then it became, I can actually do this thing.
Yeah.
And that's got you started.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people kind of like, they quit before they even start because they've already self-defeated themselves.
Yeah.
Because they believe they can't do the thing. Was there any things that kind of in your head that gave you that confidence in that, like, I can do this thing, if there's anything that kind of like pointed out?
I would say it was the, seeing me lose weight, like, little things like, maybe my face is coming in a little bit, maybe the number on the scales is going down well, my tracking is getting better. There was little goals that were happening in my head.
Yeah,
little things were ticking off. Even people, maybe I hadn't seen you in a month or something like that, and it was like, oh shit, like maybe, maybe you're looking a little bit, So there was other people that were noticing.
Okay,
it was
cool.
like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm doing this. Yeah,
positive reinforcement.
Yeah, it was like, okay, it's happening.
So okay. It's funny because both those things tied into each other. What we just said is like, where you had the mini goals.
Yeah.
Which once you get there, like you achieve that little mini task, it's like that gave you the confidence. Well, it every time you successfully complete a task, it builds your self-efficacy at whatever that thing is, and then it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah.
A lot of people, because it's hard to start things, because if you haven't done anything and you haven't even ticked off goal 1, you've got zero self-efficacy. You got zero confidence that you can do that thing. And it's really hard to start, but you just need to get some very small successes, no matter how small they are. It's like, just track my food for a week.
Yeah.
If I can do that, cool. Then that gives you like a bit of that kind of spark to do the next little goal.
Yeah.
So you had those mini goals, and some of them, and even with that, you probably found like there was probably some hard goals that you set, and then you probably found that there was just some goals that just popped up along the way naturally.
Yeah. Now I think of it like it was. So I used to be. My biggest was I used to wear 4XL.
Yeah. Okay.
So I saw myself. Oh, this shirt's way too big for me now. I need to get a smaller shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Slowly going down sizes in clothes.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually noticed a bit of my shoes are actually like I'm a size 12.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I'm actually probably a size 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm actually 11 and 11 and a half. Like, I've actually gone down.
Your foot's getting shredded.
Yeah.
It's got like fucking abs and shit.
Well, these are a little too big for me. Like,
You could probably be like a foot model now. Sell feet pics.
It's a side hustle, man.
Well, whatever. Why not? Whatever pays the bills.
That's right.
Yes. So with that, so you had the mini goals, but then also that you said like you had these little changes that you saw. My shirt fits different. My jawlines are becoming more of a Chad now. And I think the big one is like when people notice the change. And then, as you said, because once you had enough of those, it just starts snowballing from it, and it gets like so much easier from a mental aspect. It's just the hard bit is like getting that start.
Yeah.
I think it's really important for people to realize is like when you start, regardless if you're trying to lose weight, learn a new skill or something or like that, it's gonna suck at the start because you're gonna be
100%.
so shit at it.
Yeah.
Just write it out. I think have like some sort of framework that you can follow, even on the days where you don't fucking want to do it. Just follow the framework to get to the point where they start to see the new changes. It kind of snowballs. They become more confident at that task, and then they could just like they won't quit because they're getting good at that thing. All right. So has there been any like habits or routines that you've found that you've made that's made the diet easier for you?
I usually try and eat at the same times.
Okay.
So yeah, eating, even though you don't have to, just eating, you know, good amount before the gym and after the gym has really helped. Not just like eating whenever.
Yeah. Okay.
So I need a bit more structure around
eating
time.
With the eating times, like, is that to help manage like hunger?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like eat breakfast straight away, essentially.
Yeah. So I get up, go to the toilet, weigh myself, whatever, and then I'll cook breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then like snacks in between? How's your day set up, sort of thing?
Yeah. So I'll cook breakfast and then let it digest. Watch some YouTube, whatever, and then I'll prep my lunch and dinner. Yeah, maybe in between that I might have a snack. Not all the time. Depends. And then eat lunch. If I'm going to the gym a bit later, I'll have lunch before I go, and then I'll have maybe some protein oats before I go. Yeah. So I'm carved up.
Okay. So essentially, you probably found, because I've had clients that had this problem that like a lot of people don't eat breakfast. And they don't eat breakfast, and then what happens, it comes like, I was having a talk with a client the other day about it. They don't eat breakfast, and then it comes lunchtime, and then they become so hungry, and it's like, I'm going to go get that burger.
Yeah.
Of course, there's like the cravings are just so bad. So basically, you having like a bit of a framework of the meals keeps you on track. And then you said an interesting thing. Did you say that after breakfast, you prep your lunch and dinner for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that one. That's cool because like you're on track. Your meals are done.
Yeah.
So you've pre-planned already. Yeah. That's actually, I actually never thought of that. That's pretty good.
It's dependent when I go to the gym. So sometimes if I've got work, I'll eat breakfast, go to the gym, and then when I come back from the gym, I'll prep lunch and dinner. Yeah, so it just depends on when I'm working and when I go to the gym. Yeah. But yeah, usually,
So you're all prepared.
I'll do it lunch and dinner.
Yeah, cool. This is interesting I want to ask about because I've had this in the past and I know other people get it as well. When you were dieting, particularly either like family, workplace, or people you don't know, did you ever get like negative comments of like your dieting or like, why are you doing that? Like almost as a way to kind of bring you down, even though they might not have directly be trying to bring you down, but.
Yeah, I've had comments. I've had some comments of like, yeah, why are you doing that?
Yeah, okay.
A common statement or question I get asked is like, they might have something along the lines of, "Oh, why are you dieting? You look fine. Like you don't need to." Like all this kind of stuff, and I don't know why people say it. I don't know if it's a bit of from themselves, a bit of internal hate. I don't know if that's the right word, but like. Yeah, I don't know why they do it.
Showing their insecurities.
Yeah, that's what to me. That's what it comes across at. I've had negative comments for sure.
Yeah, and how do you deal with that?
I just tell them to look jacked.
Too bad.
Yeah, but no. In all honesty, I just say, well, I wanted to improve my life, so I decided to get some routine, lose some weight.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head because this was my interpretation. I've never looked it up because it's particularly, I've seen it in workplaces.
Yeah.
Especially for some reason, office environments. I don't know why. It's just I've had clients in office environments and I've heard the same story that they'll take whatever, their prep meal, their salad or something. Someone like, let's say you were working in an office, you take your little meal and then someone makes a comment of like, oh, why are you eating that for? Like, yeah, oh, you look good. Oh, why don't you just have a little bit of this? And they almost like try to feed you food.
Yeah.
Have you had that experience of like,
yeah.
people want to feed you food, and it's almost like they want to break you from the diet.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're necessarily like trying to attack you. I think they're deflecting their insecurities because they know they struggle to do the thing.
Yeah.
Because usually it's people who are not looking after themselves, they're overweight and whatnot. It's usually not someone, if there's someone else on the diet and they're looking jacked and all that, they're not usually giving you negative comments.
Nah.
It's usually that type of person who wants the diet, but they can't for whatever reason. So then it's almost like they deflect their insecurities on you. Like, why do you have that little bit of chocolate? Because that's what they would do.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they want to see you do it to make them feel better.
Yeah.
In why they can't do it.
It comes across like that.
That's
100%.
That's how I see it. It's fucked up. I understand it.
Yeah. Insane. I've had negative, but I have had a lot of positive.
Yeah. Okay.
Comments. And,
that's
and
good.
Stuff like
Yeah.
That. But yeah, where I work, like, the young, like, I've had the young people that I work with, pull up the staff about what I'm eating. Like, they're putting them on show about, hey, no, he's actually following a diet. He doesn't want to eat this shit food.
Yeah. Okay.
Let him eat his. You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand. So you get other people tell them off that people give you shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that with that insecurity thing, how I just view it is like when I was in that situation, I kind of see it for what it is. It's like, they probably don't feel good about themselves, so they're taking it out on me.
Yeah.
So I view it like that, and then how you said like, I'm doing this because X, Y, Z, and then you keep doing that thing. But anyway, I want to quickly go over that because I just find it's a common pattern that a lot of people go through, and it might make it hard to stick to the diet because of environmental factors that influence you from breaking the diet. So what role did you think that like coaching had a part in helping you do what you're doing?
100% was accountability.
Yeah.
I took a lot of the success from how a coach can keep you accountable and would say, do this, do that, and that's all I need. I don't need, to be defensive about it. You tell me what to do, like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna believe you. You're
okay.
professional here. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that was most of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, okay. So one, the checking in that you're giving them, showing them what you're doing, but two, the trust aspect that like if I listen to the professional, I'm probably gonna get to my goal because they know what's right, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I understand. All right. So for these questions, this is called like more like the results part because like you're towards the end of the diet now. You've got like 3 kilos left, so like you're at the results stage now. How's the weight loss affected your life now?
Because I'm at that final stage. Confidence is through the roof. My even just working is easier.
Okay. In what aspect?
Well, my job can be sometimes quite physical, so I could just feel that I'm fitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've got no issues going to work. It's majority confidence, and I'm feeling how I should feel.
Okay.
As a 25-year-old.
Okay.
I know that I should feel like this.
Okay.
Not, walking around and out of breath.
Okay. I see you mean like physically, physically, you feel like I'm a 25 should fit, healthy, and all that stuff. I understand. Have you found like in social settings, has that changed how you interact with people or anything like that, or how you feel around people?
I wouldn't say me. I'd say like other people. I feel like people
treat you differently.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like they're more inclined to come up to you and talk to you.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So I've always been kind of, if I'm in a social environment, I know how to talk to people. But sometimes you can just tell someone doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pursue a conversation. So I just leave it. But now it's people want to talk to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. it is unfortunately a harsh reality that when people are more overweight and heavier, people are less inclined to talk to them, even though inside, you're the same person.
Yeah.
But just from the visual aspect, it's just first impressions.
Yeah.
And that's just the unfortunate world that we
Yeah.
live in. So a way to be, I guess, get more social. If you do have social anxiety, you feel like, oh, people are weird around me. Yeah, maybe if you just get like a little bit more in shape, that will kind of like fix itself in a sense.
Yeah, because it could just be if you've got social anxiety, it does come across that you're not confident, you don't want to be there.
Yeah,
and I get that. There has been situations where I have been like a bit self-conscious and like I don't really want to be here, and then it people can tell. The vibe is that person doesn't really want to be here. People are more inclined probably not to talk to you. So I've had that, but it can be a bit of the other person, the other people there. They're just maybe just rude and just disrespectful.
Actually, that's what you said, how like more people talk to you. You just reminds me, it may be just because like you are more confident and you show a different energy.
Yeah, it could be that.
You didn't even realize that you look more welcoming to other people just from the self-confidence that you're kind of showing.
Yeah.
So it might just be that as well.
It could just be that.
Yeah, or it's probably it's probably a bunch of things anyway. Yeah. Or maybe it's just because like you're going hard at a rave.
Oh yeah, people were like, "Oh, that guy's mad." I'm gonna
talk to him. Yeah. When you look back at old photos of yourself, we were talking the other week. How do you feel when you look back at old photos?
Don't even think it looks like me. For
starters. Yeah.
I actually look older.
Yeah.
My photos.
Yeah.
I had like a double look the other day. I was driving home and looked in the side mirror, and I was like, "Who's that guy?" And it was me, and I was like, "Oh, that's me." Oh, yeah. So it's I'm like, oh, what? Yeah. No, it's heaps weird to see old photos. Like, you don't think, my face is a balloon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Like, you don't think so. And sometimes, still now, like here and now, maybe like you kind of feel like you're still kind of big. Sometimes, like you're just like, oh, am I still really big? And then you're like, Andrew might be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Some an idiot.
Yeah. I understand. I know what you mean. It's like the calibration of what you look like and where your brain is.
Yeah.
It can be off.
Yeah.
And it takes a bit of time. How long does it take to start to realize like, oh, that's actually me?
Well, I think the most significant part of the weight loss has actually been in this probably 10 months.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say like at least a good 10 months. Like
you're still trying to play catch up.
It's still because every so often you just change.
Okay.
There's just a new change.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's me. But at the start, it was like I didn't think I really changed that much. It was just like, oh yeah, okay, and then a new change will happen, and then you think you look like that.
Yeah.
Like you did a year ago or something.
Yeah.
So it's to me, it still happens.
Yeah. It's crazy. That I think that continuously happens.
Yeah.
Where I get that shit. Now as well. It's like you got this image of what you look like. And then you catch yourself in the mirror and like, oh no, fuck, I look like this now. It's weird. It's weird. The calibration is off. Yeah. Anyway, that's interesting. Yeah. Do you remember the first time someone actually noticed your weight loss?
I think it was my dad. I'm pretty sure it was my dad.
Yeah. Okay.
He said something like that shirt is looking too big on you now.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So he actually he noticed a physical change already, and that's because just he wouldn't see me as often as everyone else.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, and that was kind of like okay. There was another little check in my head, like it's fucking working.
Yeah, mad.
Okay,
yeah, and that just gave you the motivation.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, cool. All right, so for this last portion, it's just more to like help other people now. So if there was someone out there who they're either struggling to get started or struggling to like stick to their diet, they start dieting, and then they stop and whatnot. What's like advice that you might give those people who are struggling to start or be consistent?
I'd probably tell them go and get a coach for starters, 100%. Sign up to a gym, and just remember that it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a long-term thing, and it's going to be a part of your life. Like it's going to be, it's not going to contain your whole life, but it's going to be a part of it, and it will just get easier. The best thing is just put your foot in the door, hire a coach that you know will help you out, that is open, is honest, and just keep at it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, off that, so if someone was wanting to hire a coach, what would you suggest, like, things to look out for a good coach?
Someone that looks like they know what they're talking about, you know. So if they're putting out this information, it could be about anything, about diet or anything like that. If they're just throwing catchy words out there for an Instagram story, probably not fantastic. And you know, are they referencing anything? Because I know when you put something out, you're referencing something. You're not just making up bullshit, you know.
Stating a claim, and then where did you get that claim from?
Yeah, 100%. Then you know they're not just talking shit, you know. Then, you know, if you can get in contact with any of their own clients, ask them what are they like as a coach, you know. Like those are the things I'd look out for.
Okay, so essentially, are they putting out good information? Does it seem like it's like evidence based? Like you could say that it's not talking out their ass.
Yeah,
and what's the results of their clients?
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good framework. I will use the same thing when I'm hiring someone for something. Actually, that's exactly what I do. I go on YouTube and I'll watch a bunch of information. I'm like, does this guy look like they can help me, or girl, whatever? Does this person look like they can help me? And what results have they got with people? And then I'll get a call with them. Do they seem normal? And then I'll kind of go from there. Yeah, cool. Back to that thing of like someone struggling to start or be consistent. What's like one small habit that you could suggest they could start doing to make a difference?
Well, the first one was, like we said earlier in the video, was cutting out those high calorie, easy things, you know, like like the sugary drinks, you know, having milkshakes, having all that kind of stuff. You cut out those to start with.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like you can still have your coffee, you can still do all that. Just, you know, that extra little thing that you have on the side that you know is not that great. Cut that out.
Okay.
You know, because that little start of, okay, I did that, and you continue on with your day and you feel just as good. That's a win in my book.
Okay.
That's what I'd do.
Yeah, cool. Cut out the low-hanging fruits, I guess. The easiest things that make the change. Yeah.
Like you're having your coffee. Do you need 4 Tim Tams with it? Probably not. You know, like me, you know, as much as I love them.
Yeah, okay.
No more Long Johns.
Right. So start small. Start with the easiest thing.
Smallest thing. Don't go balls to the wall and then you just do it for a week and then you fuck up.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, don't start extreme.
No.
Start easy, then you can build it up.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, actually that's good. That's a good piece of advice. Yeah. What do you feel like is the number one mistake that people are making when they're trying to, you know, lose weight?
It's a very common one.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. Is they think that they need to cut out all carbs.
Okay.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And that is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Because that's what your body, that's the first source of energy that your body uses is carbs, right?
It is. Yeah.
So why would you cut it out?
Yeah.
You know, it's not bad for you. It's not. It's probably the best.
Yeah.
Actually, when you have carbs in you actually feel human. So
exactly right. Yeah.
Cut out carbs.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Because you're aside from the protein, like the carbohydrates, the most highest thing in your diet.
Yeah.
We never went low on carbs. No. I said you need it because if you don't have it, that's when you get the cravings and the low energy and your performance decreases. You get mental fatigue.
Yeah.
All those kind of dieting symptoms get exaggerated when the carbs are cut down too much.
Like a meal I have that like to me stops cravings
Yeah.
is I'll have oats, protein oats, mixed berries, and some cinnamon on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's all the sweetness that I need.
Yeah,
Carbs
yeah.
are in there, protein in there. You feel great.
Yeah.
Ready to go for the gym.
Yeah.
That's I don't want any I don't have any cravings. So
Yeah.
that's a good one.
So and it's like the proof is in the pudding. Like you've lost 57 kilos and you didn't diet extreme. You didn't do keto diet, carnivore diet.
No, I did none of that.
Fucking eat flour diet, whatever the diets are out there. You just ate like a normal person.
Yeah.
And ate plenty of carbs.
Yeah.
And you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Rocket science.
It's hard.
Yeah. Second last question. Is there one piece of advice that you either got from myself or anyone else that kind of like really helped you?
I'd say one. It was probably maybe the middle of the diet.
Yeah.
Angus, my brother, he said, don't stress too much about the number on the scale.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it's gonna jump up here and like it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up. Don't worry about it too much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know, like as long as you know you're in a deficit, you're all good.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was, especially in that middle bit, was good to hear.
Yeah. Because you saw like some days you're higher, some days you're lower, and it bounces, right? That's why we use the averages on your tracking sheet. So for like people watching this, because you don't know, but with Lachlan's, how we track is like he weighs himself every single day. I'll put the picture on the screen now. Weighs himself every single day, and you'll see like his weight fluctuates up and down, but then we use the weekly averages. And if the weekly averages are on average going down, then you know you're moving forward, really.
Yeah.
So try to like remove the signal from the noise, or the noise from the signal, however you want to say it. Yeah. Don't get too caught up on the numbers, but are you tracking over time?
Yeah.
So the very, very last question, I'm just going to read this out because I don't want to wreck it. If someone is overweight and watching this right now thinking, that could never be me, what would you want to tell them directly?
It's not impossible. You can do it. You just got to start small. Minor changes, and it naturally just comes together. So that's what I would tell someone.
Yeah. Start small. Don't make it extreme.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
That's it.
Cool.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
To get jacked.
Matt. Cool. All right. That was good. We're done. Thank you for your time. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Nice.
I'm hungry as fuck.
Yes.
I need to eat. All right. That's it. Thank you.
Cool. All right.
That was good. Oh, fuck.